John, is a town center an appropriate goal for the city? If not, why? If yes, why would the town center, how would the town center be achieved?
So is a town center in our future? I think that we should have the goal of a town center. I do not believe in the district. I believe that the district was, in a way, to use a plant metaphor, it was like the transplanting of an oak tree. I believe that we need to plant an acorn. I think that we should get the process going. I think we need to get the conversation going, bring in all the stakeholders, and we need to get something started that we can build upon for the future. I think that that is something that will help bring a sense of place and more of a sense of community. But again, I would hope that we would start smaller, but do it from the ground up and not from the top down.
Everybody's gonna answer it.
Yes, as a residential community, we need activities. We need activities for our youth. We need activities for families. And a town center, it's a very nice concept. And I would agree with that. The question is how do we define that town center? Where is it located? Because for homeowners, if you think about it, if all of a sudden there was talk amongst the Citizens Advisory Committee, there's talk about the town center, always about the CAC plan. But all of a sudden, if that town center is in your backyard, if that town center, one concept was that where the Regal Cinemas was, that would be a potential site for a town center. When that happens, homeowners are going to be concerned. So to the homeowners in that area, a town center I would agree with. But we have to be very, very sensitive to the homeowners, without a doubt, to make sure that they're not affected. It's going to be a similar issue with Parks and Rec, with Cauley Creek. In the Shake Rag area, when you talk about 130 acres being developed, and you're talking about fields and things like that, we've got to be very sensitive to the residents of Shake Rag, with lights potentially going up, things of that nature. I apply the same thought process when it comes to a town center. The concept is wonderful, but we've got to get into the details and see how it impacts the homeowners locally in the area.
All right, let's hear from Vicki Horton.
Okay, so kind of leading into the answer to that question, I just want to remind everyone, one of the things I think is really critical is that we need to do a better job getting feedback. So as I've been going around visiting all of your neighborhoods, I've been making a list of everything you told me you want to see. And so I've got kind of a list of 5 top things, and sense of place is one of those top things. So to me, so far, a sample size of 200 people, it's not huge, but almost everybody to a person said, we really would like a place where we could go, maybe walk around, go hear music, go to dinner, and not necessarily have to drive far away to get there. So for me, based on that, I would say that we do need to have some level of town centers. Again, I go back to we're really a community of independent and separate character areas. Some are very different from each other. And so what one would feel comfortable with, the other may not, and vice versa. The other thing, and you can't deny it, the traffic, it's not feasible. I mean, I live over in Shake Rag, and when I want to go visit my friends in Rivermont, I mean, it can take me 45 minutes to get there. We're in the same community. So I could go 45 minutes the other way and go to a town center that's a lot closer to me. So I think we really need to take into account who's going to go there and what those character areas want to see in their community.
Let's talk sports complex since we're on that same kind of idea. Don't know where it might be, but Mark, we're going to begin with you. Do you see the value of the city developing a sports complex capable of housing large tournaments? You are. I was trying to...
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I was trying to actually gauge... Okay, if you guys want to just give me a finger, let me know if you want to rebut. That way I'll know. We're running short on time? Okay. Since I let you do that, I'll just let you go and rebut this real quick.
With the city of Johns Creek, we've always talked about character areas, and there seems to be a long attachment to that term. I think we've got to think going forward, and my proposal is to talk about residential nodes. 11 residential nodes that go beyond, that aren't tied necessarily to the character areas, where homeowners do have that opportunity to get their voice going forward. So
All right.
move away from the character areas potentially and start with residential nodes.
30 seconds.
All right, so I'll just ping off of what he said about the residential nodes. I do think that in Jones Creek, because all of our city offices are citywide, that our politics is very expensive, and we do not have any kind of a district per se that people run out of. I think that other cities have a system where you have a few that are citywide, like the mayor and maybe 2 posts, but then maybe we have 4 posts that are in districts. So maybe you have someone out of Lower Johns Creek, you have someone that's out of Shakerag, and then maybe you have someone on the east and on the west side. So that's somewhat similar. That's my thought on it, but just paying off of what he had to say.
Am I allowed?
No, because you were, well, go ahead. Go ahead. 30 seconds.
So just real quick, based on my experience, we in this country have a mechanism to take care of this concept. We currently have an at-large council. What that means is anybody can run for any position they want, it doesn't matter where you live. We have a mechanism called the district model. In our area, we've got a couple of communities that go with the district model. We got one that does a hybrid and everybody else does at large. The larger you get as a community, and I've seen this all over the country, the more important it is to go towards a district model, because that will make, and this is the most important thing, it covers 2 things. It increases your ability to give feedback to your representative, and it makes them accountable to you. And I'm a big fan of that.
All right, let's quickly move on to our sports complex. Do you see the city actually developing a sports complex capable of housing large tournaments? Is that a possibility?
So when that was suggested after we bought the Collie Creek Park land, I came out very much opposed to that because I felt that what we do not need is to create something for the purposes of bringing or attracting other people outside of Johns Creek to Johns Creek to make us a destination. I want us to develop parks for our residents, for our quality of life, and the other thing is just simply that would be the worst place to put something like that because it would absolutely hurt the people along Bell Road and Shakerag. And I actually wrote up something comparing the differences between the idea of the sports complex at Collie Creek and the purchase of Dean Gardens. The people locally around Collie Creek did not want that. The people around Dean Gardens very much do want that park. And that would have been, there are just a lot of differences there. What I want to see is that we develop fields for enough for us to have our students, our athletes, our families taken care of, no more and no less.
Mark?
No, I don't see a tournament facility in the city of Johns Creek area. As far as Collie Creek, the purchase of all that land is an opportunity. We have to have a clean slate to determine what to do with it. I do see, and I'm very familiar with this, youth programs, youth registrations, whether it be baseball, soccer, or football, is revenue generating potential. And that revenue can offset taxes. We all hope for lower taxes. We all hope that